What's good, y'all? What's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, MonicaIsrael. Peace, flowers, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Monica. So, like, I'm trying to record here, but, like, it's actually, like, I came back here to, like, try to get some quiet. It's actually, like, a lot of people that brought by here. It's kind of distracting. And I haven't recorded in nature in, like, a while, and all the birds are kind of, like, loud as shit. So it's hard for me to concentrate as well. I don't know if I want to just, like, do this in the house because it seems like it would just be easier, less distracting. I guess we can sing because we got something very important to talk about today. And then we have somebody that's rolled up behind us. Hey family, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl MonicaIsrael, aka the Mahogany Sun. How y'all blooming today? I hope you all are well. I hope y'all are blooming with love. Alright. Ashe family, if you are new here, welcome to the garden. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you like the vibes here, if you're a returning flower, y'all know the drill. Take your shoes off grounds. Alright. We're gonna get into this video. Today's video, we have a little, I guess we could put this under the comedic knowledge portion section of this channel, but it's more so just gonna be some informative shit. As with anything, I like to tie in all of my knowledge with comedicism, with the ancestors. I mean, y'all already know what it is. You already know what time it is. You know, we prep them daily. Okay, we carry them daily. The shop. I just want to apologize in advance, y'all. I came out here in nature and shit to kind of record this video, but I wasn't trying to go too far from home. The location that I chose, it's in a cut, but it's still like a lot of traffic. It's a lot of bikes and motorcycles, so forgive, okay? But I really wasn't feeling trying to do this in the house today because it's nice out, and yeah, my intention was to do it outside, so that's what we finna do. Finna get it done despite circumstances, okay? Alright, so today's video, as you can see by the title, we're actually going to talk about a lot. We're going to get to a lot. We're going to talk about these cosmic shifts, alright, a little bit about the solar flares, not too much because I didn't give too much detail. We're going to talk about it in a different video. But this video, like, if you want to know, like, why you've been seeing so many people's relationships, or why your relationships have kind of been, like, falling apart, or you have been seeing so many people separate, or break up, or divorce, or just grow apart, all right, people who've been together for like a long time now, whether this is like friendships, in relationships, platonic or romantic, whether this is in your career, like, we are coming into a shift of consciousness that now is now becoming more apparent than ever. All right, so we're gonna be talking about the elevation of consciousness with this age of Aquarius type thing is going on here, and what it kind of means. All right, and if you are not progressing on this frequency, how you are just simply going to be left behind. All right, so that's what this video is going to be about. It's called Left Behind. Are you going to be left behind? There's a lot of people getting left behind, that will get left behind, because not everybody will be, not everybody's DNA is suited to be a chosen one. Okay, not everybody is going to get those full activations. Not everyone's going to get those light codes, those access, that knowledge. Not everybody's going to be able to step into that realm. All right, so yeah, that's what we're about to get into this video. If y'all want to talk about it, stay tuned. Okay. y'all. So, go ahead, give me a like so far. Alright, if you are made it to this portion of the video, I feel like I want to start tapping in, tuning in to see who my real flowers are, right? Who actually watches my whole videos all the way through. Yeah, like who my true flowers are, like who my real rooted flowers are in the garden. Alright. Alright, so let's get into it. So I myself have been noticing a lot of shifts in relationships, like relationships in general. My relationships, the way I see people, the way I interact with people, like the relationships with the people in my life. There was like, once 2020 hit, and a lot of you guys can probably attest to this, there was like a big lifting of a veil, like a literal, like, it's like, it was really like some 2020 vision, like, damn, I see some shit differently that I didn't see before. And you could have known these people for years, you could have had these relationships for years, and it took just until 2020 to kind of, for that kind of thing to open, for that kind of, for your eyes to kind of open and know that that is not at all by accident. All right. It is intentional, universally and cosmically intentional. All right, so what we know is once 2020 hit, you may have been feeling like a momentum towards this kind of energy, but once 2020 hit, like, it was a big kind of, like, I'm gonna say, for lack of a better word, it's kind of like a big bang. All right, it was like a big bang in consciousness where if you were already on this kind of wave, if you were already on this kind of journey, if you were already on your soul's mission, like leading up to and educating yourself about leveling up in your life, just in general, you were likely on a spiritual awakening, which is and was intentionally simultaneously with a cosmic shift that has happened within our universe. All right, so what do I mean? The age of Aquarius. We have all been probably hearing about this damn age of Aquarius, right? We're in this age of Aquarius, or the return of Ra. All right. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to insert my blog. The shop is back up. I haven't paid for actual domain yet, but the updated website is up. So if you guys are interested in the deity pendants, I took the cartouche charms off until I figure out, because I want to kind of do something different with those. But if y'all want the protection amulets, those are still on the shop. I'm working on ebooks. Those are almost done as well. But the blog is up. All right. If you all go to my blog and see the Truth About the Enquête Season blog, I kind of break, that's like my most in-depth blog post, because I really break it down. All right. But in that blog, we talk about the different ages and the years, how many years it takes, and what each of those represent, about the precession of the equinoxes, and how the calendar actually, how our zodiac actually, so our regular zodiac goes clockwise, right? So we start our zodiac at Aries, right? We start our season at Aries, and we go clockwise. we end with Pisces, right? But in actuality, everything that you know, flip it and reverse it. All right, everything is backwards. They flipped and reversed everything. So even the calendar, so it was really counterclockwise. So we actually go from Pisces to Aquarius, all right? So we know about the age of Pisces. We know about that we went from this age of Pisces, and we're going to break that down. We're going to tell you about how all of that, how that looks into this transition into this age of Aquarius, okay? So during this age of Aquarius, though, we kind of had, there was this like I said, there was this major veil, all right? With the age of Pisces came a lot of secrets. That Pisces is Neptune energy. That is very, that's a 12th house energy. That's very hidden secrets, dark shadows. That's all of that. That's all of that nature. That's things that can't be seen, that can't be seen. That's things that are hidden. That is things that are behind the veil. All right. So once the age of Aquarius hit, or once this, because this kind of whole transition from age of Pisces to age of Aquarius is kind of like 100-year process. All right, so this is why you have been slowly ascending as with each year. Oh gosh, why am I twisting up? This is not trying to come out. All right. So that information, right? So, as the age of Aquarius came, as we started to transition into this precession of the equinoxes, where we actually went from Pisces into the reverse, so we went from the 12th house into the 11th house, right? All right. This veil started to lift it, and this veil, as we, because I'm going to break this down again, but we go into Pisces where we're in the secrets, all right, and then we're into this age of Aquarius, where Aquarius is that Uranus energy, that is 11th house, where we're all about friendships and the collective and the collaborations and friend groups, okay? So you may have been revealing a lot of secrets or secret enemies or secret relationships. And now this is whether like personal or political, okay? There was a lot of unveiling of people's true intentions, okay? Who your real friends are, who was really there like for you to support you, and who was kind of just there to ride your wave, okay? So again, take it how it resonates, okay? Whether this is personal, romantic, platonic, career, family, however. If you've been feeling this shift, this is likely the reason, all right? Your spiritual awakening is in line, and not by accident, chosen one. Your DNA is beginning to activate, and this activation, like I said, is in correlation with the return of Ra, all right? The return of Ra of Nibiru. If you guys didn't know, I can insert a clip. I saw Nibiru about a year ago, okay? It was crazy. It was crazy, and I've been waiting for the right time to release the little clip. One more time, focus. Try and catch the shit. There's no, because it was just a fucking half moon yesterday. Like, there's no way that's the fucking moon. Like, how we go from a half moon to a whole moon? It's 2/22, February 22nd. So y'all know I'm not tripping. There's the fucking moon right there. There's the fucking half moon right there. Alright. I know I just seen the whole fucking planet, the whole sun. Y'all seen Nibiru out here. All right, but yeah, the return of the sun. So you guys may be noticing like your GPS messing up. That whole return of the sun, those solar flares are in correlation with the return of Nibiru. All right, all of this planetary and return of certain planets and certain planetary alignments. It is all with intention, especially if you are of those ancestor codes, if you are those of have those ancestor frequencies, if your DNA needs to be activated, because there are ancestors, it's mofos out here fighting a whole war, okay? And shit, I was looking at the moon the other day. I was like, I don't know what's going on up there, but when it's time, I'm on y'all side, right? I'm on your side. Take me with you, alright? I was watching the movie Moonfall, y'all. And if y'all not hip, like everything is in our movies, like especially these sci-fi movies, yo. Take nothing with a grain of salt, okay? Well, take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt, but the movies, all right. My allergies is doing something weird out here. All right, so moving along. So, like I was saying, if you've been doing your spiritual work, like up until this point, especially like when that 2020 hit, when that veil kind of like really like smacked us in the face. I'm gonna have to beep that out. When that veil kind of really like smacked people in the face, then if you were honoring yourself, and if you were honoring your mission, and you were honoring your healing work and doing your shadow work, and acknowledging generational traumas and generational patterns, all right, then you found yourself aligning with your north node, or with your kind of life path, with your soul's mission, all right. And as you healed all of this karma, as you healed all of this karma and this trauma from previous lifetimes, you were able to also simultaneously heal like future generations, all right? So not only are you, if you were becoming aware of everything that was happening in your present, and healing those past child wounds, all right, that if we go back to Aries, that's the first house energy, dealing with anything with your childhood, right? If you were taking that time to come from that energy into Pisces energy, like to uncover why so many secrets, or why things in your childhood may have evolved the way, why you kind of grew up, how you grew up, all right? If you were acknowledging all those patterns, if you were healing and acknowledging all that karma, all right, as it was building up in that Pisces age, because Pisces is the house of karma, all right, 12th house, all right. So if you were healing all that karma, then you were ascending, period. If you were choosing to ignore that karma, you were descending. And if you are still choosing to ignore that karma, you are ultimately going to be, what's the word I'm looking for, influenced by Saturnian energies, by Saturnian or Set, or satanic energies, all right? Okay, so then we was talking about so if you were doing the healing work and you were ascending, then you are 9 times out of 10 getting those activation codes, and you are, congratulations, a chosen one. But if you like are with a partner, or if you were dealing with someone who you kind of had to cut out your life, because they, like, for me personally, it had got to a point where like your spirit just can't tolerate shit anymore. It's like because what is that, because Pisces is also actually very 12th house energy is very that spiritual occult kind of energy as well, right? So if you kind of got to that energy, especially if you were trying to learn or like progress, and trying to elevate and get to know like your ancestors, where your ancestors came from, and all that shit, right? If you were trying to actively do that, but anybody you were with was not, or like was not fulfilling their mission, then they were not healing and not healing their karma, then they are going to, or they have not healed. So they're either going to continue on, like, or add on to their own karmic debt, like ancestral debt, or they're going to get their own ancestral debt, if that makes sense, or get their own debt, karmic debt, if that makes sense. All right. So that's where we kind of get into this left behind concept, right? This kind of left behind, where not only left behind like you're literally physically maybe having to separate and leave some people behind, but you're also like leaving people behind mentally, spiritually, elevating. All right, so yeah, so this is where we get into this concept of left behind, right? Where if people are not doing their healing work, if people are not healing their karmic debt, then they are physically getting left behind, mentally getting left behind, and spiritually getting left behind. Because we don't have, because we are in, like I said, we're in this space, we're in this war where we're kind of like, time is essential. Like, it's crunch time, and we don't like, things are really moving kind of fast. Like your shift is moving really fast, especially if you're getting access to light codes, if you're getting downloads in your dreams, right, or visions, even in your waking state. If you're able to get access to astral projections and stuff like that, then it's hard. It's going to be really hard for you to stay connected to people who aren't thinking like you, or just who aren't on your frequency, who are on your same wavelength. And we and it's almost like, yes, you may have been growing with this person, or maybe you may have spent a lot of time with this person, or you may have known somebody for a long time, and or you feel like you've known them so well, and then like it's like you wake up one day and there's a dramatic shift, or they feel like there was a dramatic shift in you, or you feel like there was a major change in them. It was almost like there wasn't ever a change. It was just that veil. It was just the veil. That's really all it is. It's like once you wipe that sleepy out your eyes, it's like, I can see now. Once you get those eye boogers out, you good. You're awake, all right? And that's also what that Pisces 12th house energy is. It's very dreamy. It's very sleepy. It's very shadow, all right? Neptune is very illusion-esque, all right? Like I said, secret enemies, and these can be dealing with personal or political, all right? So let me go ahead and actually talk about the age of Pisces, all right? Because actually, the age of Pisces was the Isis, or Aset, all right? That was that the moon energy. Like I said again, y'all go watch that, or I think I should just make a video about that. Just make a video about that. But we go look at the blog post for the truth behind on cat season, where I kind of break everything down, especially about the cross and the difference between Jesus and Heru. All right, so right now in the age of Aquarius, this would be Heru season, because we had first was in Taurus, the Taurian age, where that was Osiris or Asar, and then we had the Pisces age, that was Isis. And then now we're here with the return of Ra, or Heru, with that Jesus Christ concept of the resurrection, okay, age of Aquarius. All right, so that's the Trinity. So we got the Trinity, the return of the Trinity. All right, and this is also with the planet of Nibiru, and we get into the talking about the return of the planet. And if y'all want to know about like Sirius B, and how Sirius B kind of accompanied the sun, that was the actual that was like the actual truth behind the cross, with the death of the Son and the cross and the resurrection after the 3 days of Jesus on the cross and all of that. All right, if y'all want to break down of that, again, blog posts. All right, go to my blog. You can check the link. I'll leave the link in the description, as well as you can go to my Instagram at the Mahogany Sunflower, and you can click the link in my bio, and you can get to it that way. Okay. So yeah, so Pisces, or the age of Pisces, or the age of Isis, was is the last sign of the zodiac. It's the last sign of the zodiac, and it's the last sign that carries all the karma of all the previous signs before it. All right, so the last zodiac, or the last sign that carries all the karma of all the generations before it. Now, meaning all of Isis' generation, all of SAR's generation, all the way up to the beginning of time, right? All right. So like I said, in that generational trauma video as well, all of that is acknowledging. You need to acknowledge that. You need to acknowledge your ancestors, acknowledge so that you can heal. All right. That's what the whole purpose of this ascension is. If you are acknowledging your ancestors and acknowledging their trauma, you're acknowledging your trauma so that you can heal it in this lifetime for the next. Make sense? Cool. All right, so all right, yeah, so Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. And I told y'all Neptune, that 12th house energy. Neptune rules Pisces 12th house. All right, so again, that's that dream state, that's illusions, that's the secret enemies, that's just anybody that's like ill intentions, like the truth of matters and all of that is going to come to the surface. All right, it's the unseen realm, it's the shadows, it's what's underneath. All right, it's the subconscious. And typically it comes with a lot of our fears and our pain, or it's the illusion. All right, that very illusion, the dreams, those fantasies. Okay, that darkness, that subconscious. And it's like, with that energy, it's almost like you almost don't know, like, or you aren't gonna know, like, your friends. Sorry, it's a lot going on. I keep being distracted. They're doing something behind me. They're getting it behind me. All right, but so yeah, so this is usually maxed by our fears and by our pain, like we're subconsciously not even aware of, or we may subconsciously not even be aware of what is causing us like a lot of pain and causing us fears, and like or where that kind of trauma may be coming from. All right, because all of that is kind of buried, it's kind of hidden, or it was hidden. All right, kept a secret from us. A lot of this is anything that 12th house energy is, anything that the secrets like that you keep from, like the secrets that we keep from ourselves and from others. All right, or the secrets that other people keep from themselves or from you. All right, so, and this is just going to be how the end results, once we get to that Pisces age, like that was like the end result of all of our karma. And even if you were born up until like, especially that 2020, and when that 2020 hit, like, even your life, you're gonna have to account for, or like attest for all of the stuff that you had going on, right? The actions that you were, or the karma that you were aware of, the generational patterns that you're aware of. Because if you're watching that video, whether you are aware of them or not, you're still held accountable for settling that karmic debt, right? Because that's your bloodline. And once certain DNA is activated, like, you need to be able to recognize shit so that you can heal it for future, right? All right. So, right, so also with 12th house energy, though, we can see it ruling like confinement or feeling confined. So if you were in a situation where you like with that age of Pisces where you may have been feeling like real stuck, like even if you were like feeling real stuck with like in a religion, right? Like if you were feeling real stuck with like in the church, or feeling real stuck within like just feeling trapped, like not feeling like you had a right path, or you didn't know which way to go, or like you were just feeling a lot of pushback or indecision, not knowing which way to go. It was likely due to this Piscean age, this kind of energy, this cosmic energy that was over us, all right? Because as above, so below. What is reflecting of us in the planets is going to be what is happening to us down here on the earth, okay? So, now this could be kind of, like I said, this represents confinement, so it could be like in, like not only within like your relationships, again, like platonic and romantic, but it could also be like within like your work relationships, right? Like personal or political circumstance. Um, 12th house energy. It also, like I said, talks about that spiritual. It's that spiritual energy, that occult energy in your quest to kind of find yourself, or like to kind of like find your spirituality, right? Um, so when you get to this, when you started feeling this energy, like it was kind of like you're it was kind of like you probably can no longer like tolerate being around certain people, or you can no longer um stomach, like you can no longer stomach certain people in your energy, or you can no longer like mask or hide how you were feeling, or mask or hide how they were feeling. Like it was just like kind of everybody's truth was kind of slowly revealed. It's like people's authentic selves were kind of, or their authentic intentions were kind of revealed. Anything that they were secretly hidden. And that's what I was trying to say, like if they were kind of like subconsciously hiding anything from you, like whether they knew it or not, like that shit was going to come to light. Like that's just, as the shifts happened, like that was, people are going to be seen for who they are, their intentions are going to be seen for art, and then that's just going to be what that is, right? So if you were on this kind of doing your mission work and trying to increase in your spirituality, then you're going to like, you're automatically leaving motherfuckers behind. again, that's where this concept of leaving somebody behind, because it's just what it is. Like this is gonna be the rapture. Like this is gonna be and then this is where that mass awakening, where that Aquarius thing is happening, and you're probably like looking around like, oh my god, everybody's on the spiritual wave, everybody's on the spirituality. Like it's like, yes, this is a good thing, but it's also on some we're hoping that um like people are not diluting the information. Like it's good because more people are starting to recognize and see themselves and understand who they are, but at the same time a lot of information and like ancestral knowledge is getting lost in the comeuppance of it, right? um if you were air sign, um you will use your intellect and your communication to understand your spirituality. If you're a fire sign, fuck y'all doing? Listen, I'm a shit. So yeah, if y'all was a fire sign, you were probably using your creativity and your action, getting your action through to find your spirituality. If you were earth sign, you were going to be more practical and conservative about your spirituality. And if you were a water sign, you were likely to invest in your emotional energy and use your close connections to find get closer to your get closer to your divinity. All right. All right. So with the age of Aquarius, right? With the age of Aquarius, we have that is 11th house energy. As the 11th house, that is the ending of old shit, old cycles, old patterns, old ways, and is the mark of new things, of new beginnings, and then new cycles, right? So again, tying into if you was doing your healing work, if you was doing your shadow work, and you were healing those generational traumas and karma and all of that, then you were in alignment. You were in alignment with the cosmos. And if you're in alignment with the cosmos, then your DNA is automatically going to be activated, and your DNA is automatically going to be shifted, right? So yes, no, hold up. Yes, so this age here too, this is about the unveiling of secrets, the age of Aquarius. We've come into this unveiling of secrets, right? And this unveiling of secrets kind of came in multiple sectors, unveiling secret agendas, hidden agendas, and this was in like within big corporations, with like big pharma, within the food and alcohol industry, or within like in the food and drug industry. This was in the drug and alcohol. This was like in the government, in media, finances, and GMO product and products, projects, products. God, I can't get that out. Or in like hidden agendas, just like in like the government in general, right? So all this was coming about, and all of this was becoming unveiled within as we come into this new age, right? We're talking about how this 11th house energy. We're talking about how our hopes and our dreams and our desires is connected to what we want to connected to what we want to achieve. All right. The 11th house is about the collective and our collective efforts and the collective groups. So as you see this collective awakening, or this collective shift in awakening, it is, or as you see this collective shift in awakening, you start to recognize that all right, so like I said, with the age of Aquarius comes this group collaborative energy. So you may have seen a shift in your friend groups, or like a shift in your relationships, where you're like where you, even if it's like a romantic or a platonic relationships, where that relationship kind of like moves more into like a partnership, where you kind of want to just collaborate more on like a work kind of level, or like on a friend level. All right. This again has to do with this age of Aquarius, because this is is carrying this 11th house energy, where if you weren't ascending together, or you weren't growing together, like growing on this literally same path of spirituality and healing the same, I don't want to say like the same the same generational trauma, but like healing just different traumas, but still healing generational traumas, if you get what I'm saying, right? So if you were still doing that work, if your person wasn't doing that as well, then like those relationships, those partnerships, those relationships were probably going to turn into partnerships or friendships, right? Because that's just what the energy was. All right. Because you were able to see more clearly who people are and what their intentions are. All right. Once the veil is lifted. So once the veil is lifted, you automatically get to see people's true intentions. All right. So I guess that is the end of this video. That's all the information I have. I kind of feel like I was here for a minute trying to get to this video. But if you found any of this information helpful, I had a lot of distractions, y'all. I wish y'all could see how many distractions was around here today. Okay, but we got it done. We got this checked off. We was productive today. I think I have to go pick up some balloons for my daughter's birthday. I have to see what time it is. If I'm about to go over there this time of day. What time is it? It's 4. Yeah, we might. I'm gonna do the next move. I gotta get some gas. Alright, so please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you like the vibes here, if you found any of this information helpful, like, share to your friends. Y'all get ready for the shift. Y'all make sure y'all are healing your DNA. Y'all are activating. Y'all are getting those light codes, healing that shadow side, light side and shadow side, that all goes hand in hand. Pay attention to these solar flares, what's going on in our environment, what's going on with Mama Earth, all that shit, because it's all very important. It's all and pay attention, learn your astrology and your houses, and learn how it's affecting you, because it all matters. You're like, why is this important? Why is this important? Why do we care about the ancestors? Why do we care about what happened back in the day? Because it's all relevant, because it's all what happened in the past. Like, whatever happened in the past is likely to occur again unless it's healed. All right. And not only are we dealing with past stuff, or trying to heal past lifetimes and all of that, we're still trying to elevate. We're still fighting a war. We're still fighting wars. We still got other dimensions, and it's a lot going on. Okay. So in the midst of your personal lives and trying to heal your love and your relationships and your friendships, and your family, remember the higher mission. Remember a higher goal, even with all of the bad and the ugly that's going on in the world. All right, with the wars and the poverty and the inflation and all that. I mean, if you're Christian, you knew it was coming. It's in the Bible, right? It's in that big old book. It's everything in the Bible is ancient knowledge, but just translated. Okay. And I want to say all religions are African spirituality, because everything is just translated. All of it's just interpretations, correct? Right. So if we can get back to the root, that's Sankofa Divine. If we can get back to Sankofa Divine, my whole brand, I need to start making shirts, then we can be good. Then we can, we can really start this ascension. All right. So that's all I got for y'all. Again, hit that thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all know every time that I post. We're gonna see if we can make it a little bit more often. If we can get to, if y'all can get me to 400 subscribers, then I might start posting more than just 2 times a month or something, 2 or 3 times a month. I might start posting every week, once a week or something, every Wednesday. But y'all gotta get me to I want to get, if I can get to, where we at? I'm gonna say 444. I want 444 subscribers, and I will start posting every week. And I want to know, drop in the comments if you are a loyal flower, if you watch my videos all the way through, or if you skip through. Even if you skip through, that's cool. So that's cool. So if you watch me to the end, hit me, put a sunflower or a fist down in the comments, okay? And I just appreciate y'all for growing with me, blooming with me, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Peace and love, flowers.